Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the M65 atomic cannon. The M65 atomic cannon, often called Atomic Annie, was an artillery piece built by the United States and capable of firing a nuclear device. It was developed in the early 1950s at the beginning of the Cold War and fielded between April 1955 and December 1962 in West Germany, South Korea, and Okinawa. The design basically incorporated a 208mm cannon design that was very similar to the size of the German K5 railroad gun. The vehicle itself was transported by two tractors, kind of in a sort of a assortment, kind of like similar to that of like a train, and it would be able to be deployed and set up to basically fire a relatively quick time. About 15 minutes is how long it took to set it up and to deploy it. So yeah, pretty interesting vehicle and or pretty interesting Cold War build. I thought it was definitely very unique for its case, being a nuclear warhead cannon, which is very, 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 very unique. Overall, it came out really good, and I'm really happy with the overall design for it. Now, this version here is the deployed version. I will be doing a tutorial for the basically the towed version. I'm not completely done designing the vehicles for it as of recording this tutorial, so that'll come out sometime hopefully in the future. But yeah, let's go ahead and kind of take a look here at the cannon and see exactly what we'll be building. As you can see here, this is the transported version. There is a second trunk, which is a little bit different from this design here that is located in the back. So it's kind of transported like that by those two vehicles. I guess you can kind of, it's like a train basically. So these vehicles turn and are able to move this back and forth. And you also see here that the cannon barrel does extend into the cannon itself for transportation. But our main focus here is the actual deployed one. So starting off with, we have the whole barrel itself. Now, unfortunately, just due to Minecraft and its limitations and stuff like that, to actually do the proper barrel, have the trapdoors, all that stuff, we really can't do an angled one that would look properly and have it kind of in a deployed type sense. So we just have it kind of facing forward here. If you want to mess with it, you can, but for the tutorial, we're just going to have it facing forward. We then have basically all the details here on the inside here, all the various different, instruments and, components and mechanical bits and pieces here to the gun itself. And that works all the way back here. We have the two stands here. So the way it worked is this one right here could rotate, and this one here was just basically a stabilizer, so they could basically lift the back and rotate it to kind of change the, horizontal direction there of the gun. So that's kind of cool. And then right here we have basically the loading system here for the cannon. You can see it's just pretty standard, basically a very similar to kind of the Gustav on a smaller scale, just a kind of a ramp that would extend down, basically go into the breech, and then they would have a little pusher system that would push the shell into the cannon. So kind of a cool system there. And there's a crane also on this side here for obviously loading the heavy 208mm shells into the actual cannon breech. So pretty cool build. I think it came out really good, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer, we're going to be going ahead and starting with layer 1. Now, a few things I want to mention before we go and dive into this tutorial. If you do plan on building this in the towed version, which will be basically a later tutorial which will show you guys how to add the trucks to the actual cannon itself, what I want to talk about here is you will want to build this cannon a block off the ground. So this bottom layer here, layer 1, you do want to have a full block of space from it and the ground level. Because basically this tutorial will be mentioned to refer back to when you go back to build the towed version. So just take that into account. And we will also be showing you guys how to do the two different barrel types as well for this gun, so that you can have both of those handy and ready to go for when you do, if you do decide to go ahead and build either version. So again, if you are building the towed version, we do want to make sure that there is a block of space between this bottom layer here and the ground. So again, just throwing it out there, again, make sure that that's correct. Also, since this is a larger build, we're going to be going ahead and doing half on camera, half off. This vehicle, or this cannon here, is pretty much completely symmetrical So whatever we do on the one side is going to be done on the other side, except for the crane, which is like the only main difference. So again, just throwing out there for all you guys to know that, we're going to be doing that format. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with that out of the way. To begin with, we're going to start for our center line. We're going to place down a daylight detector, dark oak wood slab, 3 green terracotta blocks, dark oak wood slab, and another daylight detector. We then want to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 spaces back. We're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, a green terracotta block, and a dark oak wood slab. So again, we have a space of 9 blocks basically left open here, or basically spread apart between the start of this circular kind of mount there and then the one in the back here. And once we have that done, we can go ahead and start working our way out to the side. So for the front up here, we're going to go next to this daylight detector. We're going to place down one to the side, dark oak wood slab back, and then a mossy cobblestone wall, green terracotta block, and a narrow mossy cobblestone wall. We're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood slab and then a daylight detector. Once that's done, we're going to place down another daylight detector here, dark oak wood slab, and then a dark oak wood stair, followed by a dark oak wood slab, and a narrow daylight detector. And then lastly, out here to the sides, we're going to place down a row 3 of daylight detectors, just like that, and that's going to create this front circular shape. Going ahead and move it back here to the rear section, we're going to go ahead and place down a daylight detector, come off this dark oak wood slab, a anvil back, and then another daylight detector like so. We're going to go ahead and repeat the thing with the daylight detectors here to both sides, and this time with a dark oak wood slab. And we're going to go and do the dark oak wood slab here one more time out to the side, and then a daylight detector like that on both sides. And come off the daylight detector facing toward the front, we're going to place down a zombie head like so. And with that all done there, that is going to do it for layer number 1, and here's what it should look like from up above. Again, if you do plan on building the Toad version, make sure that this right here is a block off the ground. Anyways, with that all complete, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 1. Let's move on to layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to go ahead and begin with, we're going to place down a green terracotta block, which is going to go ahead and go on top of this green terracotta block here. After that, we want to go ahead and then place down a another green terracotta block forward like so. And we're going to go ahead and then go back from these 2 green terracotta blocks with 1, 2, 3, so you have a row of 5 here like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood upside down stair like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 dark oak wood top slabs back, followed by 1, 2, and 3 green terracotta blocks, and then another dark oak wood top slab there on the end. Once that's done, go ahead and go back up to our front section here. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides of this green terracotta block. And we want to go ahead and take our dark oak wood trapdoors, and we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark oak wood trapdoors forward. We're going to go and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks back. And we're going to then take our dark oak wood top slabs and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dark oak wood top slabs back. And then 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks, followed by a dark oak top slab there on the end. Going back up here to the front, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab that comes off of this trapdoor. And we're going to go and then place down one more top slab going forward. Come off the side here of this top slab, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate opened up toward the slab. A dark oak wood fence gate coming off the fence gate there, and then we're going to go to the bottom here of the fence gate, and we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor just like that. With that all done, we're going to then take our dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark oak top slabs back. We're going to go and then place down a green shulker box. After that green shulker box, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, and then another green shulker box directly after it. On the sides here of these green shulker boxes, we're going to place down a wooden ladder on the sides, and then we're going to then place down a dark oak wood fence gate, come off this stair or the slab like this, and we're going to make sure that the fence gate stays closed. And we want to go and then grab ourselves a item frame. We're going to go and grab an item frame, place it down on the side here of this fence gate, and we're going to go and place down a cobweb in the item frame like so. With that complete there, we want to go ahead and continue on by taking our dark oak wood slabs, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dark oak wood top slabs back. Let me just go ahead and double check my count here. Yep, it's 11. We're going to go then place down 2 green terracotta blocks, and then 1 and 2 dark oak wood top slabs like that going back. After that's finished, going ahead and going back up to this midsection here, we're going to place down a zombie head, which is going to be coming off of the side of this slab right here. And then going back from it, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 end rods. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair, followed by a dark oak wood slab, and then coming off that stair, or that slab, we're going to place down a stair like so. And we want to go and very simply then take dark oak wood signs and place them down here on the sides of these dark oak wood stairs. After we have that done, over here on the left side and the left side only, we're going to have a grindstone. So it's going to be placed just like this. And that right there will be part of our crane. However, over here to the right side, we're just going to place down 2 end rods coming off the back of the stair. And then coming off this grindstone, we're going to place down 1 end rod like so. After that, we're going to then place down a dark oak wood fence gate, open up toward those end rods to both sides. We then want to place down a green shulker box with a ladder on the top here. And we want to go and then place down a mossy cobblestone wall in between those blocks, or coming off this block, and then an air green shulker box on this side with a ladder coming off of it. On the back here, we're going to go and place down a dark oak wood fence gate, like so, coming off that slab, and then we want to place down a dark oak wood sign coming off the fence gate like that. We also, like we did for the front, want to go and grab ourselves a dark oak wood trapdoor, and we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on the bottom of that dark oak wood sign. And same thing over here, just like that. Once that's all finished there, that is going to wrap it up for layer 2. Take the same thing we did over here on the right side, flip over to the left side, and this is what you should have here for this layer. Anyways, again, that's it for layer 2. Let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the space in between these dark oak wood trapdoors here in the front. We're going to place down a green terracotta block. We're going to go and then go back from the block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 green terracotta blocks back, followed by 2 mossy cobblestone walls, a polished andesite top slab, 3 dark oak wood fence gates, polished andesite slab, mossy cobblestone wall, 2 green terracotta blocks, stripped spruce wood plank, and then a spruce wood trapdoor there on the end. After that, going ahead and go back up to the front here, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 green terracotta blocks back, a dark oak wood slab, and then 1, 2 stone pressure plates, zombie head, and an air stone pressure plate. After we have that finished there, we're going to then place down 2 dark oak wood top slabs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green terracotta blocks back, and then a tripwire hook here on the end. Once we have that done, again going back up to the front here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall on this dark oak wood slab, but we also want to go and place down a dark oak wood button on this green terracotta block here. Going back for that mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks back, and then we want to place down 1, 2, 3 white blocks of concrete, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or sorry, it's going to be 4 green terracotta blocks, and then we want to go and place down 1 and 2 stripped spruce wood planks, or stripped spruce wood logs, sorry. We're going to go and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 green terracotta blocks back, and then a mossy cobblestone wall here on the very end like so. Now with that done, we're going to go and then go to these sides here. Start on the back, we're going to go to the second to last green terracotta block. We're going to place down a lever facing upwards like so. We're going to skip a space, place down another lever, and then we want to go and then place down a zombie head, and then a lever like so. Now over here on the left side, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, which is going to go on top of this grindstone right there, which will be part of our crane. So that's going to be on the left side and the left side only. And over here on the right side in that spot, we're going to place down a dark oak wood button. Once we have that done, we're going to take our dark oak wood stairs, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood stairs across. And then coming off the backs of those stairs, we're going to take our dark oak wood trapdoors and place down 1, 2, and 3 across the back of those stairs. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood buttons, and then 1 and 2 green terracotta blocks. We're going to then place down a mossy cobblestone wall like this, followed by a green shulker box, and we want to go and then place down another mossy cobblestone wall like that. Now once we have that done, we want to go and then place down a dark oak wood button coming off the front or the top here of that that green shulker box. We then want to place down a dark oak wood button here on the middle quartz block, and we're going to go and then go back to grabbing our levers, and we're going to place down a lever like so, skip a space, another lever, skip a space, and a lever here on the very end there, like so. And once we have that all finished there, we obviously take the same thing we did on the right side here, flip it over to the left side, and this is what it should look like here for this layer once you have it all complete. Anyways, that right there is it for layer number 3, and with that, let's move into layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to begin with, we're going to place down a green terracotta block on this front block up here in the front. We then want to skip 1, 2, 3 blocks back, and then we're going to place down a green shulker box on its side like so. Going back from that shulker box, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 green terracotta blocks. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair here on the end. We then want to place down a grindstone on top of this polished andesite top slab, followed by an end rod to both sides. Come off the grindstone going back, we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors, followed by a green circle box on its side like so. A polished andesite slab on the back of the green shulker box. We're going to go and then skip a space over this mossy cobblestone wall, place down a polished andesite slab, and then 2 dark oak wood slabs back like that. And that right there is going to make your center line. Moving our way out to the sides here, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite slabs, 2 rails, and then a grindstone just like that. We're going to go and then skip a space and then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green terracotta blocks, and then a dark oak wood stair here on the end. We're going to take our daylight detectors, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 daylight detectors across like this. And we're going to go and then place down a polished andesite stair here on the back, followed by a dark oak wood slab and a dark oak wood stair just like that. Once that's done, again, going up to the front here, we're going to take our green terracotta blocks. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Green terracotta blocks back, dark oak wood stair, green terracotta block, and then 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood stairs and a green terracotta block there on the ends. We then just want to place down a zombie head here, coming off that green terracotta block like that on the side. Now once that's finished, we're going to then go to the back here of this stair. We're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair like that. We're going to go and then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, followed by another dark oak wood upside down stair, dark oak wood trapdoor, and another dark oak wood upside down stair, just like that. And we just very simply want to go and then grab ourselves dark oak wood signs here, and we're going to place down dark oak wood signs here on the sides of these 2 dark oak wood stairs on both ends. However, over here on the left side, on top of this mossy cobblestone wall, we're just going to place down another wall, so we will not place a sign here on the side of this stair over here on the left side. Once that's done, we want to go and then skip a space. We're going to go and place down a dark oak wood fence gate, come off this section here with a dark oak wood sign coming off the front of the fence gate. We're going to skip forward to this section here. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, followed by a dark oak wood stair or fence gate. Open the fence gate up like so, and a dark oak wood sign on the front of it. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood button, like so, a mossy cobblestone wall, a green shulker box, and a green terracotta block, followed by a stone brick wall, which will be on the side here like so. Now at this point right here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trap or dark oak wood button on this green terracotta block. We're going to go and grab ourselves a tripwire hook, place down a tripwire hook on this block here, and we want to go then grab ourselves an item frame with cobweb, and we're going to place down a item frame on the side here with a cobweb like so. After we have that all done there, we're going to go and place down a dark oak wood upside down stair on top of this lever. Same thing on top of this one and on this one here. We're going to go and then grab our dark oak wood trapdoors, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2 trapdoors like this, and a dark oak wood sign here on the sides of these 2 stairs just like that. And on the front here, we're going to place down a zombie head, which is going to be coming off this green terracotta block like so. And once we have that all done, that's going to basically do it here for layer 4. Again, take the same things over here on the right side, flip it over to the left side, and you guys will be good to go. Anyways, again, that's it for layer 4. Let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 5. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we go ahead and move into layer number 5. For layer 5 to start off with, we're going to place down a item frame on top of this green terracotta block and a green terracotta block in the item frame like so. Once we have that done, we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood top slab, which is going to be on top of this green shulker box. So a top slab right above it, and then 1 top slab going forward. And then we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair back like so, with 2 top slabs coming off the back of the stair going toward the rear. We're going to go and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 green terracotta blocks down the center here, a dark oak wood button on the end of this row. On top of this grindstone, we're going to place down a polished andesite stair, and that right there is going to do it there for the center line. Moving our way out to the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head coming off the side of this dark oak wood stair, and we're going to go ahead and place down 2 end rods that go back like so. We then want to place down a green shulker box like that, followed by a zombie head coming off this green terracotta block, a dark oak wood top slab, skip a space, and another dark oak wood top slab like so, followed by 2 green terracotta blocks like that down the center. Now going ahead and going up to the front here, we're going to take our green carpet. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 green carpets like this, followed by 1 and 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, a green terracotta block, a daylight detector, and then 2 dark oak wood slabs. We're going to then place down a green terracotta block, a green shulker box on its side, a green terracotta block, green shulker box on its side, and another green terracotta block. Now come off the 2 tops here of these 2 green shulker boxes, we're going to place down dark oak wood buttons like so. Then go ahead and go back to this section here and place down 2 dark oak wood slabs, 2 daylight detectors, a dark oak wood trapdoor, green terracotta block here, dark oak wood stair, and a dark oak wood sign on the side here, the stair on the inside. And we're going to then take our green carpet and go back 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once we have that all finished, we're going to go and then go back up here to the front. We're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have a row of 5 across the top stairs of those stairs. We then want to go and place down a end rod, which is going to be on the side here like this. So just kind of place it down on top of the sign right there. After that, we want to go and then place down a daylight detector on top of this green terracotta block, and then a dark wood slab right after it. And then go ahead and go into the rear here. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dark wood slabs across. And that right there will basically finish that off. And then over here on the left side, and will be the left side only, we have the crane here. So on top of this mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a green shulker box. Come off the side of the shulker box, we're going to place down an item frame. Green terracotta block in the item frame, dark oak wood sign on the side of the block. We're going to go forward with a dark oak wood top slab and a dark oak wood trapdoor, like that. And again, that's only on the left side of the cannon. And anyways, with that all done, this right here is what the layer should look like with both sides of the layer complete. That right there is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 5. And with that, let's go and move into layer number 6. Alright guys, going ahead and move it into our next layer. We have layer number 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and go to the top of the second dark oak wood top slab here. And we're going to place down a black concrete block on top of it. We're going to go and go back from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 9 green terracotta blocks. And then we're going to place down a green shulker box on its side like so. On the back here, on top of this polished andesite stair here, we're going to go and place down a iron trapdoor. Now, this iron trapdoor can be positioned like this if you do use a debug stick, and there are commands to get it for the different versions of Minecraft. If you rather use something else and do not have those access to those commands, you can use a dark oak wood trapdoor in its place. Either one will work. We then want to place down a zombie head here also on both sides of this polished andesite stair, which is something I forgot to do from the previous layer. Once that's done, go ahead and go back up here to the front of the cannon. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall coming off this black concrete block. 1 mossy cobblestone wall forward, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back. So in total, you have a row of 7 here of mossy cobblestone walls. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood fence gate, a green terracotta block, dark oak wood fence gate, and then 1 and 2 green terracotta blocks back like so, with dark oak wood button on the last one, just like that. With that done, we want to go and then also go up to the front here. We're going to place down a zombie head on top of this green shulker box, and then a zombie head also on top of this end rod, like that, with the faces facing toward each other like so. And then working our way back, we're going to place down a light gray shulker box on its side, coming off this green terracotta block here, with a skeleton skull on both sides of the shulker box. And we're going to also place down a dark oak wood sign on the face of it. We're going to go and grab ourselves an item frame and also a polished andesite block. And come off the side of the shulker box as well. We're going to place down an item frame and a polished andesite block in the item frame like so. Once that's done, we're going to go and then place down actually, that's pretty much it for our cannon area. And the only thing we have left here to do is to basically do the one crane here on the left side. And for this crane, just to go ahead and continue it, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall on top of this green shulker box, a end rod coming off of it, going toward the rear. Going forward from the wall there, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, 2 dark oak wood slabs, and then a grindstone there on the very tip, like so, to continue making that crane. And with that out of the way there, that is going to basically wrap up there what we have for layer number 6. And with that, we're going to go and move into layers 7 and 8. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our final layers, we have layers 7 through 8. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to be going ahead and go into our barrel here. We want to go ahead and very simply place down a dark oak wood slab over this space here between these mossy cobblestone walls and up a block. We're We're going to then go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 dark oak wood slabs back, followed by 3 green terracotta blocks, a dark oak wood stair, and then there are 2 green terracotta blocks going back. And then on the end of that last green terracotta block, I'm going to place down a dark oak wood button like so. Once that's done, going back up here to the front, we're going to place down a zombie head on both sides of this green terracotta block. We then want to place down a dark oak wood dark oak wood stair here to the side. And then going back from that, we're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 dark oak wood slabs back, and then 2 green terracotta blocks like that as well. Now on the top here, we're going to go ahead and place down a daylight detector on top of this green terracotta block, and also on top of this dark oak wood stair. We're going to place down dark oak wood trapdoors between these 2 daylight detectors, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off this item, or this daylight detector going forward, and then a iron trapdoor there on the very front there like that to go and complete our top here of the cannon. And the last thing we have to do here is the crane. So for the crane here, real simple. We're going to go and place down a grindstone, and then going off the grindstone going forward, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 barrier blocks. So as you can see, 3. We're going to go and place down 2 stone buttons on the sides of the first ones, and then a stone button on the top of the last one, like that. And that right there will basically make your crane here on the side of the cannon. And with that, we have basically the basic structure here for the M65 cannon done. We're going to go and now move into the 2 different versions of the barrel, so you can have it basically kind of receded into the gun in the transport kind of mode. And you can also have it extended from the, front here of the gun. So I'm going to show you guys how to do both of those and move into those. And we'll start off by going ahead and working on the barrel with the extended barrel like so. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into the cannon here. So the cannon we're going to be doing right now is the extended version, so basically the deployed version type of barrel. So to begin with, we're going to be going ahead and go into this section here. Now to modify this cannon right here, we can go ahead and basically remove this black concrete block, and we can just place down 2 green terracotta blocks in that space right there, just to kind of go ahead and bring it to this, because this space right here is not going to be visible from the actual barrel. Once we have that done, we're going to go and take our polished andesite, and we're going to go and go off the center block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 polished andesite full blocks going forward. We're going to take iron trapdoors, place them on the tops here of those polished andesite blocks, and we're going to go ahead and also place down iron trapdoors on the bottom. Now we do want to place down iron trapdoors here on the sides. Now, as I mentioned before, you're going to need a debug stick to make these actually close. Now, you can use I guess redstone may actually work or something like that to get this to work. I don't know. But debug stick's the easiest way, and we can basically just use the debug stick to basically close all these trapdoors here along the sides. Now, again, if you do not have access to the debug stick for whatever reason, you can use birchwood trapdoors or something like that instead. But again, iron trapdoors are going to be the best here in this situation. Once we have that done, we're going to go to the center block right here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 black concrete blocks forward. We're going to place down dark oak trapdoors around the most forward block, and then we're going to delete it like so. And we want to go and then take our dark oak trapdoors and place it down on the next block back. And we basically have our muzzle brake there for the cannon. And we want to go and then go back to the first 2 black concrete blocks, and we're going to go and do the same thing here with our dark oak trapdoors. So just wrap it around like so. And once we have that all done right there, that is going to basically complete the extended barrel for the M65 Atomic Annie. And with that, we're going to go ahead and now move into the kind of transport version of the barrel with it extending in the back there like so. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the version with the barrel kind of receded back into the breach and all that. So for this, real simply, we're going to leave the front as is. So we just have it how we did it in the tutorial, the black concrete and all that stuff, as that's basically left open. And we're going to go ahead and now work our way here toward the back. Now for this, we will need to delete this iron trapdoor because it is in our way. So we'll delete that iron trapdoor. And we're going to go ahead and go off the center shulker box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 polished andesite blocks back. We want to go ahead and go to the underside, and we're going to place down a iron trapdoor on the bottom one, which we're going to need to delete this dark oak wood button. So we will delete the dark oak wood button. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor. We can't delete the stair, so we're going to leave the stair there, but we're going to go and place down iron trapdoors on the remaining blocks going all the way back like so. And it's going to run all the way along this back with the bottom there. And we're going to also do iron trapdoors here on the top. Now again, if you do not have access to the debug stick, then along the side here where we're going to place down iron trapdoors, you're going to want to go ahead and basically use some other trapdoors. Probably birchwood is going to be your best trapdoors to use, but if you do have debug sticks, then you're going to have a better looking design here with the iron trapdoors. So again, kind of up to what you have there. So there are a few options for you guys to use something if you do not have access to it. And we'll just go ahead and kind of take this and put these trapdoors here. Now once we get to this point here, we're going to delete this polished andesite block here on the end, and we're going to go ahead and place down a black concrete block for the second to last one like that. So just to kind of show it's a little bit more of a kind of tube type design there. And anyways, with that all done there, that is going to basically wrap up basically both versions. You have basically the Toad version, the mobile version, and then also the deployed version and stuff like that. So again, if you are looking to build the mobile version, if you're watching this tutorial a little bit later, probably by then the tutorial for these trucks is already out. But if you're waiting for it, then just stand by. I will be having those trucks out hopefully sometime soon. But those of you guys that are building the deployed version here of the Atomic Annie, enjoy the build and enjoy this very unique nuclear piece of equipment. Anyways, that's going to do it for this tutorial. If you guys do be using this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This could be anything from a side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. And other than that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Churro 204, and I'll see you guys next time.